एप्लीकेशन अप्रूव करिए और बाकी कितनी पेंडिंग है और कब तक हम देख सकते हैं?
आते रहेंगे लगातार।
और सर कुछ जेवीज भी हम देख सकते हैं बाहर की कंपनियों के साथ स्पेसिफिकली?
अभी तक तो जेवी का कोई प्रपोजल इनमें से नहीं है।
राइट, तो कुछ ऐसी
आने
एप्लीकेशन
तो आगे भविष्य का भविष्य। Good. Not many questions today.
So just one small question. You mentioned that this laminate plant will meet 100% of the domestic demand. So while vetting the remaining applications, will any applications received for laminate now be deprioritized?
They will be given approval. Basically, we want to become global supplier of these components.
Okay.
So this particular plant will be meeting 100% of our demand, plus 48% will be then exported in any case.
So there's surplus
Yeah,
to this.
we have to get into that mode.
Okay.
Hi sir, this is Shubhan.
करना था साथ में जब एक्स्ट्रा ट्रेनें चलती हैं तो वो जो कंजेशन होता है उसको मैनेज करने का भी एक चैलेंज रहता है, उसको किस तरह से किया जाता है?
काफ़ी इसमें मेहनत हुई है, टीम ने बहुत ही सिस्टमेटिक तरीके से काम किया है। विशेषकर सडन जो रश आता है पैसेंजर्स का, उस रश को मेंटेन मैनेज करने के लिए जो होल्डिंग एरियाज़ बनाए गए उसका बहुत बेनिफिट मिला। सीसीटीवी कैमराज सब जगह लगाए गए, हैंड हेल्ड और एटीवीएम टिकटिंग मशीन्स स्टेशन के बाहर लेके आए गए। फिर बहुत सारे जगह जो पैसेंजर्स का मूवमेंट था वो चेंज किया गया पैटर्न, और गाड़ियाँ करीब 12,700 के आसपास टोटल अब तक चल चुकी पूरे प्लान में आ चुकी है स्पेशल ट्रेन्स। इसके साथ जनरल ट्रेन्स भी, बहुत सारी रेगुलर ट्रेन्स भी लगी हैं। करीब 1,60,00,000 के आसपास पैसेंजर्स केवल स्पेशल ट्रेन से अब तक गए हैं, और आने वाले जब रिटर्न वाला टाइम आएगा उसमें भी करीब यही संख्या एक्सपेक्टेड है आने वाले।
Thanks. Congratulations to everyone. Just taking this conversation one step forward, given the fact that right now we are seeing a huge debate globally with regards to the availability of critical minerals and rare earths of various kinds. How does the government look to match this as part of the ECMS being rolled out? So,
Most of these components, they already have the supply chains tied up. Wherever they need to bring their raw materials from, they are already tied up. And as you are aware, we are working very intensely on the critical minerals question. So over a period of time, that supply chain will also be developed in a country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rameshkan.
In the past, we would like to make the finished products, we would like to manufacture components, we would like to manufacture materials, and we would also like to manufacture the machines which are used in manufacturing all this.
Hi sir, Soumya from MINISTER Press. So just one small question on the design bit of the 5,500 odd crore that's getting invested. Is there a broad percentage that the successful applicants are going to be investing of that large portion into the designing work?
Let the industry guys say. I requested all of you to set up your R&D and design facilities. Can somebody share what, how much you have, how many people, how many design engineers you have invested in? Kannan sir, how many design engineers do you have?
We have around 180.
180 from Keynes, SRF?
So we are now employing about 275 roughly manpower. Out of that, we are now setting up R&D where around 20 engineers, doctorate will be working.
Let's say around 20.
Yeah.
Amber?
Sir, we will be employing total 120 people, especially for R&D.
Design, 120.
Yes.
Sirma?
We employ about 150 in the electronic manufacturing. About 50% of this will be added into the PCB part of it.
No, design. Pure
Yeah,
design.
pure design. We have about 150 design engineers in electronics manufacturing.
Combined four groups here would be about 1,000.
Yes.
About 1,000. And that's a trend which is happening. I also requested that we should go towards Six Sigma quality. So I'll request that in these plants to begin with, Six Sigma quality should be our norm. Minimum Six Sigma is what we should work towards.
questions essentially. How much of the current electronics components import will you expect to be offset as part of this scheme? And secondly, you mentioned about 15% of domestic demand for camera modules will be met locally. What is the roadmap that the government has in terms of, completing this to 100%?
There are many more applications. If you ask me to compute how much of import bill will be, it's about 18-20,000 crore rupees import bill will be saved by these plants. But then there are many more plants which are in the pipeline. As you are aware, 249 applications are there, and we are working day and night to complete the entire process at the earliest possible time.
Sir, Prasun from PDA. Sir, I want to ask if there will be any policy support for these manufacturers in terms of the marketing, there is
Already there is so much demand, they will actually be flooded with orders.
And also, sir, what is the status of the capital machinery that application form was open? So if you can share some insight.
Next meeting. It's a good thing. Nalla area.
Alright, sir.
Thank you.
Very good afternoon, sir. Congratulations again. I just have two questions, sir. From the 6 product lines that have been approved and the 4 companies that today stand approved, any assessments, sir, that you have in terms of what the import substitution will be on account of these production units getting online? And number 2, what impact are you estimating in terms of value addition, local value addition, post the commissioning of these plants?
In case of multi-layer and HDI PCBs, 20% of the domestic demand will be met by these plants. In case of camera module sub-assembly, about 15% of the demand will be met, domestic demand, which is currently being imported. That much will be now manufactured in India. In case of laminate, 100% of the domestic demand, which is currently met by importing, will be met by this plant, 100%. In case of polypropylene, again a large part, but then this is a very, it's like practically MSME. These capacitors, they are manufactured mostly in MSME plants, so we are trying to aggregate the complete demand, but a large part of the demand will be met by this polypropylene film manufacturing. Domestic value addition, once we add the design input which is going into domestic value addition, and this with all the plants planned under this ECMS, will certainly go above 38, 30, about let's say 40%, about 40%, which is what China also is doing.
20,000 करोड़ रुपए का इंपोर्ट बिल इससे बचेगा अंदाजा। सबको छठ पूजा की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। साथियों, रेलवे की तरफ से छठ पूजा के उपलक्ष्य में करीब 30 स्टेशंस हैं जो बिहार और पूर्वांचल में करीब 30 स्टेशन ऐसे हैं जिसमें होल्डिंग एरियाज़ बनाए गए हैं ताकि पैसेंजर्स जब आएँ तो आराम से बैठ सके वहाँ पर और उनके एक व्यवस्थित तरीके से स्टेशन के अंदर जा सके। करीब उत्तर और पूर्वी भारत में सब जगह स्पेशल ट्रेनें लगाई गई हैं जिससे कि जब छठ पूजा का जब ये लोक पर्व के बाद में लोग अपने अपने काम पे वापस जब जाना चाहें तब उनके लिए स्पेशल फैसिलिटी हो। और जिस तरह से छठ और दिवाली के स्पेशल फेस्टिवल के सीज़न में जिस तरह से स्पेशल्स की व्यवस्था करके सबको अपने अपने घरों की तरफ पहुंचाया गया था, उसी तत्परता के साथ पूरी टीम, रेलवे की टीम लगेगी वापस लौटने के टाइम में भी सभी के सेवा में।
सर, कुंभ मेले के बाद से ये